I was at a funeral home not too long ago, and there was definitely sadness, sure. And I was sick. I got the flu, which not only was, I sad because it was a sad occasion or just melancholy, but I was also sick. So, if anything, it made me look more sad, which I guess is a good thing. Um, And as I was leaving the funeral home, I was walking to my truck, my vehicle of choice, which is a Lamborghini truck. I passed on the Cybertruck and I got the Lamborghini truck, and it works a little bit better. I'm telling you, if you can go for a Lambo SUV, the Mustang Mach electric SUV, the Tesla Plaid, then I would definitely go with those particular vehicles over any vehicle any day of the week. And as I was walking back to my Lamborghini, somebody pulled up right beside me in like a Chrysler 300, rolled the window down, and said, "Hey, buddy, you come over here for a second." I'm like, "Oh, what? I'm sick. I'm very sick. I have the flu." I thought maybe this guy wanted directions or something. Like, "Hey, is this the right place?" And then he gave me the spiel on, "Hey, buddy, listen, I don't really have that much time left, and I think I just got cancer, and I may have cancer, or I'm very sick, and yeah, I just really, and I ain't got no gas, and I'm really trying to get gas to get back Can you help me out, man?" So, what do you want, like $20 or something? Oh man, can you spare that? That'd be so good, man. Like, dude, did you not just see me walk out of a funeral home? Like, I don't work there. I'm not just at a funeral home. And I spotted him $20. Yeah. Yeah, so some guy hassled me at a funeral home. I was very distraught. I had the flu, and I wanted him to get out of my face. I wasn't going to start screaming at him, saying, "You need money. You need money." I can tell you who doesn't need money. He really needed money. Right across from a gas station, by the way. He needed $20. He needed money for gas. There was a gas station not even like 100 meters up the road. Two of them. They're like side by side. He was in between gas stations. Not even 500 yards apart from each other. If you're going to bum money for gas from somebody, you'd probably want to do it at a gas station. That's like homeless person 101. I don't think anybody has ever went on site at a funeral home right across from a cemetery. I don't think homeless people post up there. It might have been his end goal though. Hey, a lot of people here today might be able to make a quick buck or two. Hey, death is very sad, which is why you should be giving to living people while you can. I'm a live person, and you're definitely a charitable type. You're definitely not mourning somebody, right? So you can spot me like $10, right? 10, $20. That was my good karma for the day. I don't think I had any rewards for that, and I really think I should have like some type of reward. Or I don't know. But it's a true story though. Had something similar happen as well, mentioning soliciting. It was the opposite though, in the regard where the guy didn't pull up to me in a vehicle while I was walking, but I was parked and somebody was walking and they walked up to my car. And I thought it was somebody that I knew, and it really looked like somebody that I knew that was in the area. like just by chance in like a large parking lot, like a strip mall. I was in a strip mall devouring some chicken sandwiches, and somebody walks up and like waves at me like through the windshield, and I was like, "Oh wait, that is that." So I rolled the window down immediately, about to like start jiving on this guy because I thought I knew him. I was about to be like, I was about to start like, I don't know, just things that you say to your buddies, like, "Hey, you piece of shit," or not, probably not like that, or "Hey, you son of a bitch, it's been a minute," or whatever. But I had to do a double take because it was a complete stranger, a foreign person actually. They were in the States doing university type stuff, going to uni, and they were doing like charity work or something, or like fundraiser work. This dude had like he gave me a whole spiel, and it was crazy because I bought. It was like he was trying to sell me this thing that he had, and I'm in sales, so I was listening to the pitch, and I was like, he's I gotta buy it. I mean, I can't like not buy it. It's like a charity thing. I was like, oh, so you're doing this? You're going to school, and this is like a thing that you have to do, fundraising type thing. What is this? Oh, it's like a charity thing. And he was like promoting a like vegan recipe book that he had, and it was one of them. And I said, is that if I buy that? And he reiterated, well, you're not buying it. It's like charitable donation. But if you do a charitable donation, I can provide you with this book. And I said, what about $60? Well, that I'm just gonna give you $60. How about that? He said, oh, okay. $60, really? And I said yes, because I am very charitable. I don't know if I said that, but he gave me the vegan book. Um, in the other room. I will show it on the podcast and read out some of the recipes. That'll be a really fun thing. I thought it was somebody that I knew. So I knew I had to buy from this person because I was waving him down like, hey, get over here. It's been a minute. Wait, I don't know you. What are you doing? What are you selling me? I don't want to buy this. I'm not vegan and I don't like any of these recipes. I browsed through it. I looked through the recipes and they're very starchy. A lot of bread. Like full meals. I was expecting like a lot of balsamic vinegar and tomatoes and like a lot of salad type stuff, but there's a lot of dense foods, dense recipes, a lot of sandwiches and burgers and bean recipes and stuff that is very dense. But there are some okay recipes. There's a lot of desserts. It's a lot of dessert recipes. Some of them again look pretty good, but just because it's a vegan recipe book doesn't mean it's a healthy recipe book. A lot of unhealthy stuff. There's a lot of good stuff as well. $60. I can't believe it. Meanwhile, I gladly threw $20 at the guy soliciting for gas money, giving me his life story just so I can get him out of my face. What if I say no? What if I say no to giving you any money at all? Are you going to drive away or are you going to hit me with your car? I don't have gas myself. I have to go to the gas station and fill it up with my credit card. Food, donations, charities. I feel like most charities are scams unless you donate directly to the organization that you're donating to. Like you have to go to the facility that I want to donate to this facility and I'm going to it and I'm donating it directly to them. Or else I feel like the money gets lost. It might not, but I don't trust charities as much since the military charity thing got exposed for fraudulent money handling from the CEOs of the organization. They were like, I mean, they took millions of dollars apparently. I can't remember what it was called. It was like the most popular military foundation back in like 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, like a decade ago. I think the logo was like the logo was like a military person carrying another military person. It was it's a fraud. If you donated to that, you lost your money. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of charities out there that are equivalent to that. So if you do donate anything, I think you should do it locally for any type of charity. Not to say that not donating at all is better, but if you're planning on buying, listen, if you were going to buy a lot of stuff versus donating that to somebody that just may buy the same stuff, then I don't think you should donate. Instead of like donating $500 to a charity, buy $500 worth of like mom and pop shop stuff because it supports small business. I feel small businesses are suffering more than people that need charity. They're losing money. They're losing a lot of money. So if you see like a local restaurant that you've never seen before that has its own unique name, I think you should probably buy food from there instead of donating to a charity that goes into a big organizational fund thing instead. Because local businesses will support it more. They'll get more out of it. There's more. It's like you donate, if you try to donate to an organization that's going to promise to give to the needy, but you don't see the results of that, there's no point. It's like when you're at like a fast food restaurant and they ask you if you want to round up your total to donate. That is, you're giving away money that goes absolutely nowhere. It goes nowhere. Your 15 cents isn't going to make the difference. It's the millions of dollars that are donated by people at once, like at one time, is going to make any type of impact. So buying a meal from a mom and pop shop and seeing the joy out of them when you make a purchase or you enjoy your food is the best kind of charity work. Is the only charity work that we can provide. We're buying a local thing. If somebody makes custom pencils out of trees and lead, I think buying a pencil from that person is going to be a little bit more impactful than donating to a charity that distributes money everywhere. You don't get like a thing. You probably don't. They probably will mail you something to say your $5 donation went towards building this skyscraper of hopes and dreams. And I guess some people like that. That sort of the incentive. What's the incentive to donate to a conglomerate charity organization, a nonprofit? Donate to nonprofits. Nonprofits are probably pretty good. The Peace Corps. Thought about joining the Peace Corps. I knew somebody that was in the Peace Corps. They were overseas. They were in Africa for like months. And that person didn't make a big deal about it. That person actually just kind of briefly mentioned it to a bunch of like comedians or upcoming comedians, local talent. Just casually mentions, yeah, I was in the Peace Corps. When I was in the Peace Corps in Africa, it wasn't a joke either. It was like dead serious. Camera's unfocusing on me. I got a camera at me, pointing at me, and it's unfocusing. I'm trying to get it to focus back. It's on autofocus, and I should change it to the manual focus because the manual focus is actually ridiculous. The easier method. There's not really a particular thing to do to help people that is the right way or even the wrong way. Um, and what I mean by that is when people are in need of something, I feel like just being nice is probably the way to go. That's the most charitable thing that you can do instead of you know, I think another way that you can do it instead of being nice, you can be mean but make a donation by giving them something as well. Like, oh, you're being a little bitch, but here's $20. But if you don't have $20, you could just be nice. Say, oh, that sucks that you're going through something or whatever. Probably not, but it's okay. My niceness, my genuineness, my good graciousness is my donation. If I was gonna give you money or something, I would have to scream at you for a little bit because I'm going out of pocket. Okay, it's not that big of a deal, but I'm just saying. I don't think that there's so many places. I read a statistic the other day, and I thought about this particular thing like 5 years ago or something. I was thinking like not crazily, but I was just laying in bed at like 4 in the morning, and I couldn't sleep for the life of me. So I was thinking of like insane shit, like money that just goes unaccounted for. Like there's they can't keep track of all records of all money that has to go towards departments of companies that either get like allowances for a budget and then they are under budget, but that money doesn't go towards the next thing, but it was allotted. So it was written off in the budget. Like, where does this money go? And in some cases, they have, like, if money or assets is owed to a particular person, you can look up on a website on like your state, the state that you reside in, and look up and see if you have any assets or money owed to you. And I found out about this a couple days ago, but I had the idea or the thought of like, what happens if money gets lost? Where does it go? Like 5 years ago. But they do have like if you are owed something, they have a website where you can look into it and you can search it by your name or I think you can do your social. But really, like your name and your address is to narrow it down because there's a lot of people out there that have similar names or same names and different addresses in different places. And I did some research on that website, and there's a lot of people out there that have assets. Some of them are under $100, but a lot of them are over $100. If it's over $100, it's unclaimed. It's just sitting there, waiting to be claimed. I wonder what happens if that person is like deceased. Where does it go? Oh my god, my hip just cracked. Popped. It really makes you think. Like even in like a small scale of that, even though like they keep track of it to see if you'll claim it, which you should. There's got to be bigger numbers of money that is like company wide assets, like a company asset of money that is unclaimed. I don't know how I would look into that or if that is even a real thing. It might not be a real thing, just based on the the legalness of that. Like that'd be very sticky if they just could not find $200,000 or and like a company that lost $100,000 that was unclaimed and they can't find it, like legally or like financially, or that's just a very sticky situation. But I'm pretty sure it's happened. I don't have any evidence for this, but it's just one of those thoughts where you think, like, you know, sometimes I'm given the wrong change at like a gas station or fast food. The other day, the person told me it was 626 or 624. The total was 624. I have $7. I give him $7. I knew immediately 76 cents. I got back 51 cents. They forgot a whole 25 cents. And that's at the smallest microscopic scale of change back from one to the customer in the form of 76 cents, but 25 cents was lost in the transaction. So they pocketed 25 extra cents from me. I wonder what financial mistakes, I mean, I guess that's why, audits are a real thing, the IRS. But is it possible to like slip through the cracks of not having it claimed or even recognized? Is there a leeway of how much money can go unrecognized? Like I'm pretty sure that like even in places that count cash and have cash registers and stuff like that, there's like an amount that you can't go over in like a loss or that you can lose. Like say even if the allowance is like, all right, we can't misplace $5 less or $5 more than what were expected. Like we can't accidentally hand out more than $5, but we can't accidentally take in $5. I wonder what, in a broad sense, if that is in place for big companies. Like it's okay if we misplace $20,000, but if we're over that number of $20,000 that is missing, or more than we should have, then it's gonna be a problem. The people in head office is gonna start cracking down, start dropping hammers. It's probably happened before. It's probably, I mean, it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. I would say that it's definitely been under the radar before, for sure. And just, I'm pretty sure companies have pleaded ignorance on losing money. Yeah, well, you see the accountants that we have. I mean, we have the best accountants. They've been here for 20 plus years. It was just one of those filing errors because we switched over from MS Paint to Adobe Photoshop. We switched over the systems from 99 to 2000. That 2000 transition, we switched operating systems. So some of the files got dumped and lost, and 40 grand went into this Rolex, or just it was just lost. So there's nothing nobody can do, and they're probably not going to claim if they took in more money than they should have. If we took in an extra 40 grand, scratch that, we broke even. Ignore my Rolex. Once in a blue moon, that definitely happens. I mean, it's the same concept in crypto where a crypto tanks and everybody loses their money, And then turns out the CEO misplaced $45 million or however much it was. Or it is. That one particular one, that's the most recent one, just doesn't have their money. You're telling me that doesn't happen other places other than crypto? Probably not. But you never know. How does somebody that has a crypto fails and nobody has their money? He doesn't even have the money. Where does it go? Where did it go? You didn't just lose it. It just lost. We lost. We deleted it. It was clicked. It was deleted. Done. Deleted. How much money did you delete? $45 million. Shit. It's not that bad. All in a day's work. Had to go somewhere. Yeah, we deleted it and we sent it to the trash facility. The recycling, we recycled it. We recycled it. On an island somewhere. Big island. The big island. It's an island and it's big. It's a big island. This island is one of the biggest islands I think I've ever seen. Might not be like the biggest island, but this island is actually pretty big. It's a cool island full of lost crypto. You can mine it. We put all the crypto on one island and people feel free to stop by this island and start mining the crypto. Do it yourself. We put $45 million worth of crypto and built it into the island. People have free range to travel to the island and mine it themselves as much as your heart can desire, content, as much as your pockets can carry. There's so many loopholes in big corporations. Then again, maybe not. Maybe they're very strict. But I don't think they are. I think a lot of it goes under the radar based on the people that are in those positions carrying those companies. It's crazy. In corporations, you'll find out like that the CEOs or whatever are treated like celebrities within the company. We did an interview with the CEO to see what he thinks of the new system in play. Oh, I think it's great. It's words straight out of the CEO's mouth. But a lot of people that are in higher positions in corporations, they talk to people that they've delegated the work to in a very logistic type format. They'll talk to the one leader that they delegate their information to so that they can delegate it to the multitude of workers that they have under them. And the leader talks to the upper leader in forms of task completed or task failed. Was the task completed or was the task failed? The task was failed. Oh. Upper management's not going to be happy about this. What happened? Well, you see, some of our workers, no. Idiot. Why are the percentages low? Why was this not filed? Why was this particular thing not completed? These are very stressful conversations that happen in corporations. Corporations are weird. They're like an entity. They're a living thing. And the people that are in positions become removed from people that are in other positions. Upper management is completely disconnected from those that are like on the ground floor making phone calls and filing stuff and talking with other ground floor people. But upper management people are like, they talk so different. They talk so weird. They're so dug in. They talk to ground floor people like they're not real. Like they're animals or something. When they are the real animals. No, what I'm saying is like even like CEOs of big companies, like the it's a pyramid scheme. It really is. It's the world's biggest legitimized pyramid scheme. It's conglomerate corporations that have um, perceived value, sure, but the ladder system is like the chain of command is just kind of odd. It's just odd, and it exists. And there are a lot of people that I don't know, kind of get off on that. They kind of love the power struggle of being able to say, well, yeah, there's like a few people above me, but it's not that far away from the CEO. And even if my bosses come down on me, I still have a lot of people that I control. So I ain't even tripping. Because if it's a bad day for me, it's gonna be a really bad day for them. That's all I'm saying. I've seen it firsthand, and it's holy shit. These people exist. They exist? No way. They don't live like a regular human being. They don't, in a way. They're they're just trying to survive. They're just doing their thing. And even though a lot of it is kind of R word, rut, rewarded. It's rewarded. It's kind of required. You know, it's not required, and I don't know. My response to that. I don't. I mean, I really don't see what the big deal is with power struggles. It's a real thing. I don't know. It's been in place for hundreds of years. It's a it's like a it's an entity. Like I said, it's a real big thing. It's okay. It's whatever. Anyways, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Like the rabbit hole goes so deep that I just don't even know. Just don't even know anymore. It's okay. Some pretty cool things happened to me recently. I well, let's see what happened. No, oh geez, the other week. I was doing laundry the other week and it's kind of ridiculous. There was a smell that came out of my dryer and I think something died. I mean, it was like really, really bad. It was, I don't even know if it's that interesting to even mention. It really is just not like the coolest thing, but I mean, it's okay to kind of mention it. But no, I was doing laundry and I put a load of laundry into the dryer and I let it go and such. And I let it go overnight just because I put it in at night. And the next day, I went to go retrieve the laundry and it smelled like really bad, like mildewy or something. I don't know. And I looked into it and it was like, well, yeah, there could be some mold growing in your dryer. Could be a little bit of mildew, a little smelly stuff, stank ass stuff, just hanging out. So I looked at like up solutions to solve this, and I soaked an entire towel in vinegar, and then I threw it in the dryer with like 15 dryer sheets, and now my whole dryer smelt like vinegar after. And so I just left it there for a few days, and every now and again I would just put on like the air, like just the air through the dryer, no heat or anything. And I remember walking outside while I was on this cycle to like go get groceries or something like that. And outside it smelled bad. Like that smell had leaked outside a lot. Like it was rough. It smelled like something, and then in my mind it turned into, that is not mildew. Something had died. Something died in the vent. Something crawled up in there and died. And the landlord, there's multiple properties where I live, was just fiddling around with it one day, and now the smell is gone. Like fiddling around with like the heat system and such. It's connected to the dryer, and the smell is gone. So it may very well have been a dead rodent or cat. Rodent, I mean squirrel, chipmunk. They are very prevalent where I live, which is kind of crazy. They go hard. They're so fucking annoying. Not really. I mean, they are kind of. The cats are another thing too. I have a cat, like a bastard of a cat, hanging around my porch. I was outside smoking a cigar a couple days ago, and it looked me straight in the eyes, and was wondering if my cigar was food, and if the cat could have it, because it was hungry and it really wanted food. And I remember going to Taco Bell later that evening, and I got home, and the cat was there, and that cat could smell the Taco Bell. And I said, "No, cat, this is not for you. This is mine." But I see it around. It's hanging around my place. And it's a trash cat. It's definitely a whore cat. Like a trashy, I don't want to say whore cat, but like just a trash cat. This cat belongs in the trash. This cat was built off garbage. This cat lives on it. It breathes it. It's an okay cat, I guess. But I don't want animals hanging around my porch. Not when I'm trying to chill and have a cigar, have a flavorful smoke. Might have been a. It's kind of morbid to think. It might have been a dead cat or a dead kitten in my dryer vent, giving off that foul smell. I knew it was death. It was definitely not mildew, and it was only my dryer, or it was like the air was seeping in from the dryer vent into the dryer, which made it smell. And I know that it's not mildew because I did a couple loads of laundry within the past couple days, and they all smelled fresh. And the dryer itself had no smell to it. So, whatever the landlord did, I'll have to ask them about that. Say, hey, what kind of animal did you get? What was it? Was it a possum? Might have been a possum. I don't know. I don't see really many possums around the neighborhood. Just squirrels and chipmunks and cats. A few dogs. those are neighbors. Those are the neighbors' pets. Those are pets, not wild animals. I think the summer ending is going to be one of the best transitions of fall that we've seen in years. I don't really have particular preferences on any particular season or what have you, but that fall, that end of summer into fall is a good one. Spring is a really good one too. Winter is for the birds. Actually, it's not, because the birds fly south. I mean, overall, fall, autumn, whatever you call it. The one thing I don't like is the time change. I'm not going to like the time change. I never like the time change. I hate the time change. I want it to just stay the same. But no, it'll be good too. can't wait for it to be pitch black at 5:30 in the afternoon. That's going to be awesome for a lot of people, including myself. That's going to be the best for me. I love it when it gets super dark, super early. That is not sarcasm. If it was sarcastic, I would have something even more ridiculous to say. I can't wait. When it gets dark early is like me winning the lottery, hitting the lottery, me hitting my face against glass until it breaks my nostrils. I wonder what it'd be like to have like a bionic nose. A nose that is made completely out of cybernetics and robot material and titanium. I have cyborg breathing. I have cyborg senses. I have a robotic sense of smell. I can smell metal. Smells like copper. I can smell your copper plumbing. You got copper pipes in your walls. I can smell it. That's a lot, too. I'd be on the lookout for people that are trying to cash in on some of the copper pipings. This is a good location. The superhero who can smell out copper pipes. He's a vigilante for meth heads and crackheads and people that cash in copper pipes. The scavenger of copper pipes. He's got one advantage. A robotic smelling nose that can sense copper in all the walls. And this time they've gone global. We're in Bank of America. It's the oldest standing Bank of America in America, and they haven't updated their plumbing. And it's all copper. The biggest copper heist in America goes down in theaters this summer on the 14th or 15th, that particular weekend, at a theater near you. Over 5,200 locations across the nation. Copper Smeller. Starring. Insert famous actor. Me. The announcer. The bouncer. The narrator. You're probably wondering how I got this nose. Let me start from the very beginning. There was a big bang. At my door. It was my doctor. He said, "The nose, it has to go." But don't worry. We have this new experimental nose that we were wanting to try out on patients. You have to fill out this form if you want it, though. I was reluctant at first. Why not? My wife is already gone. Kids, dead, everything. I have nothing. Why not get rid of my nose? I don't want to spoil the rest of the movie. It's actually pretty good. There's so many things wrong with modern movies that I just can't even get into. Thinking about it, just really thinking about it. My mind is harping on it. Well, too much. Theaters are never going to be the same. They might be. I don't think they've changed. Well, they may have. I don't know. It's 2023, and apparently they were a little bit different during COVID, but I don't really know how much different they were. They really weren't like any different other than being shut down. But now that it's, 2/3 of the way done with the year, 3/4, 3 years after the horrendous attacks on our immune systems. So they say. Yeah, no, for real. For real? They were attacking our immune systems this whole time. What's immune? My system? System of a Down. Theaters aren't that good. I haven't been to a theater in like a decade. Or at least 7 years. 6, 7 years. Maybe 6 years. 6 years. 5 years. And I'm thinking about going. I don't know why I would do that. It might be okay. It's all right. Just to get the experience of going to a movie and having a modern day experience. Probably really expensive. Apparently, allegedly, people are spending like going out of pocket like thousands of dollars to see a movie with 2, 3 people. It's a lie. It's just straight up a fib. That's a straight up fib. People are spending like legitimately like $30, $40, $50 though to go to a movie, which is kind of ridiculous. It's like, if you're spending that amount of money, why not go to like a theme park? Go into a theme park for like the same amount of money as opposed to a 90-minute flick or Oppenheimer, which is 5.5 hours. It's actually a 5-day event. Then why wouldn't you? I mean, you can spend all day at a theme park for like the same price. Might be a little bit more, but it's all day, essentially. It's like 5 movies. It's like watching Oppenheimer, but you're at a theme park, and you get to go on Splash Mountain, the roller coaster mountain, the flying seagull, carnival rides. Those are pretty good. Or state fair rides. Those are by far some of the most fun rides if they work. And it's the risk of not knowing if they're going to work, but if you knew ahead of time or in the future that they did work, to be able to ride them for the first time, not knowing if they're going to work. Like your seatbelt might malfunction. I remember being at a fair and I rode a ride and it was already looked pretty jank. It was like you got in like a caged thing and there's like 8 of them and it was like in the shape of an oval and there was like these caged things that went around the oval shapedness of it and then it spun in a circle and then the cage would like rock back and forth. And the next day I found out that somebody had a seatbelt malfunction and they bashed their head on the top of the cage and they needed medical attention. So that was pretty cool. It was one of those seatbelts that like, it was like a 3-piece, almost like it goes like under the crotch and then it has like the 2 straps and then it like clicks in, but it has those like click ins from like those old 80s, 90s Buicks that just those old GM like lock in clicks that were seemed very unsecure. Those are the best. Those are awesome. That's great. Can't even unbuckle it. Can't even tighten it. But nah, those are the best. Those are awesome. Those are awesome. I love going to the state fair, eating deep fried funnel cakes. I had a conversation about funnel cakes the other day. Someone just brought it up. They're like, man, I could go for a funnel cake. Funnel cake. Oh my God. That sounds awesome. I haven't had a funnel cake in like 15 years. I think since the last time that I've been to a state fair. And they're not that bad. I mean, they're pretty good. I remember that same day that I rode that very dangerous ride, I threw up an entire pizza. It wasn't like a whole pizza. It was like a whole like like frozen pizza, cheese pizza. I rode a ride where I was smushed the entire time, and I got off the ride and immediately puked. Felt better afterwards, but it was like, it wasn't even like a sickly. It was like the spinning force of the ride had to eject something. It had to eject all the contents out of my stomach. It was okay. I got the most out of that pizza. It was all right. It was all cheese or something. An all cheese pizza. All cheese pizza just for me. A whole cheese pizza just for me. It's a Home Alone reference. Home Alone is a really good movie. It's a really awesome movie. That's one thing that I like the holidays that are coming up. That's why I like the fall. I had this thought earlier. Halloween is low key the best holiday. There's not that much preparation. I mean, people prepare and they want to dress up, and that's cool. But it's not like you have to get ready to go meet with family and eat food and exchange gifts and go to family, have people talk to people that you don't talk to at all, haven't seen in 10 years, like a family reunion, or having to go to multiple different places. It's just the holiday that you pass out candy, you go get candy, you have a party, watch scary movies, and the vibe is just amazing. I think Halloween is the best holiday. Low key. Underground. Above ground, it's always going to be like Christmas. Thanksgiving because of the food, Christmas because of the ambiance, I guess. Halloween has 1,000 times better movies, more movies. Christmas has like 4 movies, and they're always on repeat. Halloween has an infinite supply of movies, and a lot of really, really good ones. The classic ones are still there, but there are hundreds of Halloween movies. There's a lot of Christmas specials that are so fucking old that are just really jank. And the Christmas movies that are there, there's like 10 of them. There's 10 Halloween movies. Literally, like Michael Myers. There are 10 Halloween movies. There's like 10 per horror movie villain. There's like 10 Nightmare on Elm Streets. There's 10 Jasons. There's 10 Michael Myers. There's 10 Jaws. Actually, I think there's 4. 4 or 5. 4. 4.5. 4, and then you got the Meg, and you got the Meg 2, and you got Deep Blue Sea. You got Sharknado. These are all horror movies still in the catalog that would be represented on Halloween. You tell me that Christmas is still the best holiday. Are you stupid? Are you? I don't know. I'm pretty stupid myself. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I am pretty dumb. Not really. Yeah. Yeah. I think it is what it is. But yeah, that's right around the corner. This damn camera that I have is unfocusing, and it's really pissing me off. I'm sorry for the audio listener. I'm gonna click it or ticket, as they say. Is that it? Don't even know what I did. What that? I'm trying to adjust it. I'm adjusting. I'm adjusting. I'm adjusting to my changing body. I don't know what that means. I got it. I fixed it. Oh god. Blah. Blah. I love this microphone, by the way. This microphone is actually a pretty good microphone. And it was given to me by a friend, which is awesome. Cool. Appreciate it. The quality of it is pretty nice. A lot of cool things around the corner. Halloween being a really good one, being really cool. I can't wait for Halloween. Can't wait for the next day, I'll be honest. Doesn't really feel like September. I guess it will pretty soon. It'll feel like September. There's a very defining moment that if you don't believe it's September, it's and you're gonna know that it's September at some point. Because in about 1 week, no, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, summer officially ends, and it will be fall. And that is the event that I'm talking about, clearly. This podcast has been recorded and brought to you by myself. Myself. Here I am. It was recorded on the 5th. It is currently September the 5th. So, yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of cool things that are out and about. We're out and about. We're killing it. We're out here killing it. Thinking about food. Really, really, really thinking about food. Made some pasta the other night. God, that was so good. Some a penne. Wait, how would we pronounce that pasta? That's a weird sounding pasta name. Penne? Penne? Penne. Penne. Oh, you wanted the pasta or the penne? A little bit of basil. Some pasta sauce. A little bit of sauce. A little sweet pasta. I didn't put... It was really good. The recipe was just hamburger meat and pasta sauce and chopped tomatoes and some olive oil and a little bit of Italian seasonings. A little bit of sugar. Just to cut the acidity. It's a lot of tomato stuff. First bite I took was like, oh, it's very acidic. Gotta cut it with a little bit of sugar. It was delicious. I'm thinking about it. Topped it with some Parmesan Romano, straight out of the bottle. Not the, not actual fresh Parmesan. Are you ridiculous? Bought it. Store bought. It was pretty good. That's what I'm thinking of. And I also got steaks that I gotta cook. New York strips. Got them on sale. But the thing is, I just don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna cook them. If I'm just gonna cook them straight up, which I probably will. But I do have some rice. Of course I got rice, but I think I'm doing like, I'll do that when I get pork chops again. Got some ramen. I want to make like some pork ramen, beef ramen, beef with a side of ramen. That sounds good. That sounds amazing. That sounds so good. And it's not that good. I mean, it's not really that good, but it's, you know, it's pretty good. It's kind of good. It's like one of the best things that you can make in under 3 minutes. Especially if you add it with egg. Egg is pretty good. That is such a fast 600 calories, 600 calories. 2 eggs and ramen in under 3 minutes. Cook the ramen, drain the ramen, put the ramen in a bowl, use the still hot pot, put your eggs in, cover them, over easy, put them in the bowl. Pretty good. I think that's where I'm going to call it today, is the food. Leave it on a food hanger, cliffhanger. We all have to eat and drink. I'm going to go slam a bottle of water too. So I'm just killing that with water. Sipping water, drinking water, chugging water. Out here straight chugging water. Can we cue the ending music, please? Oh, we don't have any? Okay. Thanks. I'm going to have a few words with my associates about this not having a freaking ending theme. Got a guitar here. I could probably just play it. There you go. There you go. Probably can't hear that, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. That'll be the move. That's the move for all of us out there. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back again at another day. Kind of a slow podcast. Kind of a not too high energy, not too comedic, but they will be comedic at some point. They might not be. I don't know. I'm just talking. Till next time. Seriously, do we not have an outro? Do we not have like an outro? Apparently not.